Well, hey Gemini, welcome back to PeonyLore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. This is for the Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Gemini for the remainder of September and is good for the next 30 days, so it will go into the beginning of October. As in previous months, we're going to do a simple 9-card spread. It's going to give you present energy. It's going to give you some strength information and validation from Spirit. It's going to give you some hidden influences and things that you may need to know about. And then we're going to go into one card for each of the elements. So earth, air, fire, water. We will also go into a past energy. What is it that you're continuing to carry forward with you? And we'll go into a future card as well. Now, there's a few oracles that are going to come out before we actually get into the base part of the reading. And then just to clarify, there are 4 separate oracles here that are going to sit on top of each of the different element cards, just for an additional piece of information. And as I'm guided, I will pull out a second deck for whatever it is that they tell me. That one wants it, it just didn't show up all the way. Oh, well, that's interesting. They said to leave this one sideways, which is 50-50, meaning it could go either way. There's a couple of different things I know we're going to end up getting into. Now I know why they had me pull this other deck. Okay, so let me just get this last card out here, and then we will go into the actual reading. Okay. So the first card that we have here is Archangel Michael, talking about performing the ritual of cancel, clear, delete. Basically is calling on him to help you to use positive words and thoughts as they rapidly are manifesting into form, and to ask the angels to cancel the effects of any past negative thinking or doing. Mostly it's thinking. However, if you ask them to step in and help you cancel, clear, delete, then it'll kind of, wipe the board a little bit from some things that are going on. The other area that they specifically said was going to be for Gemini was in the Lightworker Oracle deck, and you'll have to, if you're a cross watcher, there's, who was it? Was it Taurus that had the same card? So I don't know if you've got Gemini, Taurus, or someone in that energy. This is the same card that pulled up, Paradigm Shift. But they are wanting me to read a passage. They said that reading of the passage will happen at the end. And then Archangel Haniel from the Angels of Atlantis deck is actually stepping forward to talk about willpower. Okay? Now, what I find was interesting is that I got a new deck. It's a very interesting little deck. So not all of you, but some of you are going through a relationship challenge right now. We actually have the card that says that there's cheating. We actually have the sign that says Cancer, and it doesn't mean physical cancer as much as it means that something needs to be cut out of your life so that you can grow, and it does have something to do with love. Again, this won't be for everyone, but I was specifically guided to make sure that I pulled those informational pieces out. So it's not meant for everyone, but it is meant for maybe a couple of people, and so we'll go ahead and get into the base part of the reading. Okay, so present energies. Gemini. Now, I'm using the Thoth Tarot deck for this particular reading, and this is actually a card that's called Lust. So if you know anything about the different variations of the decks, the Thoth Tarot was one of the first decks that came out before Rider-Waite got a hold of it and made some changes with a couple of positions. And where you would normally believe that this is the Strength card, this is actually Lust. And it is indicative of female energy who is absolutely involved with all of the different energies and things that come with it. So, there's nothing wrong with your human sexuality. There absolutely is nothing wrong with it, but there is a warning when it comes to lust, okay? But so it could be lustful about an idea, but it definitely is also in compatibility with someone that is actually feeling very amorous towards somebody else. Okay. Now, in the Strength position, what we actually have is the card called Universe, aka the World. And with this World energy, we very clearly have, we've got major Jupiter energy going on here, right? And the reason I'm bringing it up is because when Jupiter went direct on the 11th, what it's going to do is start propelling people as far as inner growth and reconsidering ideas and beliefs and self-improvement, okay? So you're getting ready to make a couple of different changes, and you've already started potentially to start making some of those changes in regards to one of those areas. So that's great. Now, now I know why this is coming out. Again, not all Geminis, but in the area of hidden influences and things you need to know, we have the card here called Love. So this is basically the Two of Cups. Now, there's something specific that's going on within this card, and you definitely need to be aware of it, okay? So there's going to be there's a change, or there's a thought process with regards to love that you really need to consider, Gemini, here for the remainder of the month into the beginning of October, okay? And I want to go ahead and go into the element sign. So the first sign that we're actually going to get into is in the position of air, which is your communication. And it's about the mental thought processes that are revolving around that communication. And what we have here is major arcana. Again, you've got a lot of major arcana already. So this is a significant big situation. This is the Hierophant. Okay. And so the Hierophant is talking about, really kind of going within, in a sense, and understanding your true direction, trying to go towards the light, in a sense. What I love about this deck is that it gives you a lot of imagery that kind of matches up together. So you've got the divine masculine, you've got the divine feminine, you have all of the aspects of earth, air, fire, water being presented here, and you are being asked to kind of go in a little bit with your communication. So you have an opportunity to kind of think about some things that are needing to be understood in order to guide you to the next level. They definitely are here to help you with that. So you need to call on your angels and spirit guides. They will definitely help you if you've got a question. No, they're not going to say, hey, Becky, you know, here's exactly what we have to tell you on this. That's not how it works. It doesn't work like that either, Bob. Okay, what you have to do is you have to be open to receiving the information once you ask a question. And 99% of the time it comes in dreams, or it comes in the 111, the 222, the different synchronicities that people take part of. And if you start seeing those repetitive numbers, those are definitely information pieces that are coming from either your spirit guide or from your angelic team. So if we get a minute, I mean, don't do it while you're driving, but if you see license plates and all that other kind of fun stuff, make sure that you write it down, and then you actually Google the information that's coming through. So you know, there's a lot of great resources that are out there that will give you some of that information, okay? Just so that you're aware, just so that you know that you are getting the information that you're supposed to get, all right? So that you will be communicated with very, very distinctly. Now we get into the position of fire, which is your passion, your creativity, and the action that you should really be taking on right now. And here's what's going on. We've got the 8 of Wands. And so this is definitely talking about moving swiftly, fast incoming messages. Things that are going to occur extremely, extremely fast. Now, this is the energy of Mercury and Sagittarius, okay? And the reason I bring that up is because you know, as the planets have changed from their different retrograded positions, it does change a little bit of the energy that's happening. Again, this is one of the reasons why I actually needed to adjust the order of the readings that I was doing to make sure that I was discussing those particular things that were happening for people very, very quickly that would be most affected towards the beginning of the month. You know, we had a full moon on the 2nd. We're getting ready to have a new moon on the 17th, and then a second full moon at the end of the month on the 30th. So there's a lot of significant energy that's popping forward. So if those signs are meaningful to you, someone that's in your energy for sure, then that's something that you're going to want to take a look at. But Mercury actually went direct from the sign of Virgo into Libra on the 5th of the month. So that had a lot to do with planning and preparing, and where you were, when it was in retrograde, having you hold back on decisions. Now it's propelling you forward. Like that rubber band is getting pulled. The universe uses the retrogrades to pull that rubber band back a little bit so that you can contemplate. And when you pull it, stuff is going to shoot. So there's a lot of information that's getting ready to continue to happen throughout the remainder of this month, again, into the beginning of October. This reading is for the next 30 days from the time that you see it. All right, so be cognizant of that. Now, in the position of Earth, okay, we have realistic, physical, practical aspects and assets, physical things, your house, your car, your clothes, your physical pocketbook, your bank account, things that you can touch, right? And now, in this particular deck, excuse me, it's called Prudence. But this is actually the Eight of Pentacles, or the Eight of Discs. And so this is heavy Sun and Scorpio energy. And, excuse me, Virgo energy. Beg your pardon. Sorry. Sun in Virgo. So we are currently in Virgo season. And when you do get the 8, I mean, you are talking about someone that's continuing to do something that's going to benefit them. This is work. This is an expansion of someone who's working on a project. This is someone who is becoming the master of their craft, so to speak. So it speaks very highly of the fact with it actually being an earth sign. Very heavy if you're interested in that particular information. Again, very strong Virgo information that's coming through. So earth signage itself. So perhaps that's meaningful to you, someone that's maybe got a sun sign in Virgo, but it has something to do with work and your physical aspect. Now this is an 8 and it's solid. It's completely balanced. It's really great. So whatever it is that you're doing as far as your physical aspects, then you are in great shape. Okay. Now we get into our water element, which is our emotions, our relationships, and things that are most sensitive to us, right? So I find this very interesting that you've got the Empress in the actual water position. Okay, so this is actually Libra energy. This is high intuition. Okay. This is emotional balance. This is caring. This is extreme feminine energy. And whether you're male or female, when the Empress shows up, the Empress is allowing you to understand, as far as your emotions are concerned, that you really can have whatever it is that you want, right? Kind of like the female Midas. She doesn't need anything. There is an opportunity for her to completely be doted on. If you want to think about it in a negative fashion, or the opposite, no negative, positive, but in the opposite fashion, she can be someone who is absolutely obsessed with love and desire, relationships, harmony, fertility, and beauty. Again, Taurus and Libra energy, because of it being a Venus planet placement. But on the other end of the spectrum, just to put it out there, the Empress can be a little bit moody and a little bit stuck sometimes. I mean, when you're looking at the pregnancy of something, it doesn't necessarily mean pregnant, although it can be indicative of someone actually getting ready to bear an earthen fruit. Congratulations if you are. But it can very often mean something that's emotional to you that you've been working on, another project or another idea that also maybe just needs a little bit of time in order to kind of come to fruition, right? But basically, there's basically a lot of comfort. So if that's where you're at in your emotional aspect right now, that's actually really, really good. So a lot of strong feminine energy. Again, masculine, feminine makes up both of us, both halves of who we are as individuals, regardless of whether you're male or female. Okay, I said that. You know what I'm talking about. So in the position of the energy that you're carrying forward from August, we actually have the Knight of Cups here. So this is heavy Cancerian energy, just to put that out there for you guys. But the Knight of Cups is actually coming in talking about making a judgment, in a sense, when it comes to your emotions. So there was an offer of something that was coming. And here's the thing, you know, the Page of Cups, if it was presenting you with a new opportunity for an emotional connection or emotional revelation, so to speak. Now, typically when the Knights come in, they go, they do what they're supposed to do, and then they back out and they leave. So if this is a situation of someone in a relationship, and this card was told to leave it presented sideways. Now, the Thoth Tarot deck was not meant to go in reverse, okay? And then the reason is because you need to be able to read both sides of the coins here. But they specifically told me to leave it sideways, which means there's inconsistency with someone from your past, okay? And it can be a female. Just because it's a knight doesn't mean that it can't be female. But someone that you've carried over as far as your emotionality into this month, there's some not quite all the way 100% there stickiness, I guess, is the word I'm trying to use. So the commitment, I guess, is the better word to use, is like there's not necessarily a strong commitment, and that's the energy that you're carrying forward into this particular month. Now, that's the past energy. The present energy that we're coming up with is the Six of Swords. Now, in this deck, it's called Science, and that's fine, but it's really talking about the ability to really alchemize things that are going on, so that you can turn that frown upside down. I don't know why they just told me to say that, but turn that frown upside down. So the Six of Swords is also talking about coming out of troubled waters and kind of going into a brand new direction. So I'm just going to put this out there very, very easily. If there is an individual that has been challenged in the relationship sector, and again, this is very odd. I don't pull these cards out for generals, but there is a potential that you knew that something was going on here with a partner who was not exactly being faithful, and for whatever reason, you were stuck about making the decision to just cut this individual out of your life, and it definitely has something to do with your love life. Now, the fact that your hidden information and hidden influences and things that you potentially need to work on is also stating love. I have to say it. There's someone out there, not everyone, but there's some folks that are out there that your relationship really does need to change. And if you were waiting for some things to happen, then perhaps this is the right time for you to consider making those changes. Again, swiftness, okay? Lust, the universe, your world is getting ready to change, right? You're being asked to go within. The Hierophant can also represent, in the air area, religious factors, and it can also include, how do I want to call this? What am I saying? Matrimony. What do you call that? Well, yeah, someone that would marry you. Those different types of official types of situations, right? So if you've been continuing to try to work on this relationship and you're totally into this person, just be prepared that if this individual is currently pregnant, maybe that's a direction that you want to continue to go forward. But there has been some challenges in the past with relationship, without a doubt, 100%. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the first oracle deck for the earth position, which is Prudence. So we're going to use our Earth Magic deck. And this is for Gemini. Please explain and give more information about this Eight of Pentacles here for our Gemini, please. Thank you. Oh, well, hold on now. We can't have the whole entire deck. Let's try that one more time. Let's go ahead and just give it a quick shuffle. Well, then there you go. Ooh, okay, we have the Eagle, which is communion. You are definitely being asked to step into your higher power at this particular moment. You're being asked to bring in your guides and angels to actually receive more information when it comes to the practical and physical things. They definitely want to communicate with you, Gemini, so please take advantage of that, however that means to you. The other thing I want to make sure that I back up and say is 100% of you guys are not going through this love challenge, breakup, third party situation kind of a thing. Some individuals, with the way that this is reading right now, is you're getting ready to change positions. You're getting ready to have a new job. So this love that's actually coming up here is actually talking about a union. So it doesn't have to be physical love. I have to make sure that I say that it doesn't have to be physical love. It can actually be a partnership, coming together with someone that's contemplating changing jobs or careers, or, you've got something like that going on. So again, heavy Venus and Cancer energy is what's going on here, in case you need to understand those signs. And if that is the case, if you've been waiting for a wrong time, if you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this thing that you really have to have, it's getting ready to change your world. You're on the right course. You're going to start receiving very swift information. And, again, something that was emotionally timing, I guess, is the card that I want to come up with as far as this word is concerned. The Empress is talking about timing for you. If you needed to wait, 6 months, 9 months, and now this is the opportunity for it to arrive, then that's great. However, as far as the timeline is concerned, I'm very strongly being told 3. And 3 can indicate 3 days. It can indicate 3 weeks. It can also indicate 3 months. So that would take you to the end of the year. However, I do see that the conversations about things are actually going very, very swiftly. Now, also to call it out there for my numerology people, you've got 8-8 that's sitting here. So you need to take a look at the infinity signs. It has a lot to do with physical dollars and cents. So that's not a mistake that these are sitting in the positions that they're sitting. Okay? Now, we're going to move on to our next element. The next element that we're going to talk about is our fire position. And so for the fire position, we're actually going to use the Oracle of the Dragons. So dragons, please help our Geminis with the 8 of Rods energy here. What else do we need to know? Well, that was very fast. Thank you so much. All right. You got the fire and water dragon. Okay, so this enables your life to flow with loving force. So prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected, have fun. Well, if that's not validation for you, I don't know what other way to explain it. This is exactly them telling you there's a lot of things that are going to change within both of these elements for you. So no mistake that they're actually sitting in the positions that they're in. Okay, so let's actually go up into our air area now. Let's see if our fairies can help support what's going on with this Hierophant here. All right, fairies, what do we have for our Geminis in their air position of communication and thought process? What else can you lend to us? Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Oh, we have 2. Awesome sauce. Okay, cool. Okay, so the first recommendation that they're talking about is look in a book. Whatever your question is right now, you'll find the answer in a book. So that's one of the ways that the angels are going to communicate. So it's like really awesome. Like you'll grab a book. They love to do this sometimes. There's a book on the corner of the shelf and they'll force energy and the book will fall off the table and it'll fall right to the right page that you're supposed to read. So I just had to put that out there for someone. The words you find will bring the insight that you seek. So when you see this information in a book, you're absolutely going to know what's going on here as far as this official situation is going on, as far as you going within. The second thing that pops up here is ask for help. So the angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. Well, I don't know how many other ways I can tell you right now. Archangel Michael is here for you. Archangel Haniel is here for you, talking about willpower. The fairies are directing you to the angels. The eagle is talking about communion with your spirit guides and your angels. So it's time for you to really dig in, okay? Now, the final sign that we're going to get into, I was told for this, the water element was actually, if anyone's familiar with who Abraham Hicks is, Esther and Esther and Jerry Hicks are channelers of the guidance team, which is called Abraham. Okay, thank you, I got that out. And I was told that there would be a quick passage in here that would help with what's going on with this Empress in this emotional facility. Okay, so Abraham, thank you for stepping forward. Please support with this card. We've got the Empress, and I'm getting timing. Well, there we go. I don't even know why I challenged myself. So what happened was when I was getting everything ready, this card flipped out, and I put it back on the top knowing I was going to shuffle it back in, and it sure as shit popped back out. So, you know, you just can't. I just love my job. I just love the way that they work with me. Okay, anyway, we have card number 10. And card number 10 is saying that the essence of my every desire can be fulfilled, okay? If your time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire a desire within you, it is our absolute promise to you, meaning the universe, that your time-space reality has the ability to deliver in full manifested form. The reality of the desire is that it has inspired. So, therefore, the essence of any and all desires can be fulfilled unless you are holding yourself out of alignment with your own desire. So, the feeling of completion or shortage or limitation of resources means that you're out of alignment with your own desire. Long story short is, manifestation power is very, very strong. And if you want something, it's going to come to you. So don't talk yourself out of it. Don't talk yourself out of your own blessing. Okay? The essence of my every desire can be fulfilled. So again, we're going to go back to the Empress. We're going to talk about the fact that we are talking femininity. We're talking emotions. We're talking relationships. Okay? We are talking about harmony. We're for sure talking about fertility. Okay? This Venusian, this earth and energy with Taurus and Libra, for sure. This is also heavily associated with the third eye chakra. I'm being told to pull that out right now. It's important for some people to know that you already know, you've already felt, and you already have this back-ended information. You already know. So someone wants to get this individual to commit already into this relationship, and you're looking to get to the next step with potential marriage, so that you can start carrying a family, and whatever troubled waters you guys were having in the past, there's some success for moving forward. Okay, I know that was really, really fast, and I'm trying to be clear with everybody. Get lots of messages in my email. You talk really, really fast. I'm sorry. But if I go really, really slow, then all the signs would be like an hour and a half a piece. Although I've done that too, so whatever. All right, so now we're actually going to do a couple of clarifying cards to see if I can pull anything else out for this Knight of Cups. So angels and spirit guides, please help me with their best cards to support this Knight of Cups. Okay, so there was a Wheel of Fortune moment. There was a change that was going on in this relationship. For sure, for sure, for sure. A 10, the ending of a situation. The 10, the beginning of a new situation. Or the end of a cycle. So the end of a cycle was happening, which is why the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. Okay? Ooh, all right. It for sure is the Two of Cups. I said it was a relationship. The other card that came through is it definitely had some things to do with money. This Eight of Pentacles showed up again. And the last card is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So something had to go. Something was trying to be balanced between two people, and it just necessarily wasn't working. Okay, so that is very specific for those individuals that were having the challenge with love. I think we put it out there. You're waiting for this commitment. The Wheel of Fortune, it's changing. Now, sometimes the wheel needs to make its turn, and sometimes you're at the lower end, and sometimes you're at the upper end. So it doesn't necessarily mean that things weren't ready at that, but it just means that things weren't ready at that particular moment for this connection to come through. With regards to job or money offering, I need to make sure that I put that out there, but that the Two of Pentacles is here to say, yes, you're going to be able to get rid of something that is no longer in your best and highest good. Thank you so much, Spirit. Now, for the Six of Swords in our future position, please help me with divining information for our Gemini with this Six of Swords. Thank you. All right, well, we've got two. I'll take them. What we have is the Strength card. Wow. Okay. So a lot of Sun and Leo information that's going on here, right? This also is talking about a healing. And so if there's a healing going on, especially when it's a relationship, there is a potential for a blessing to take for things to turn around. We have the High Priestess in reverse. So what that means is that you just need to make sure that you are not doubting your instincts. Can I get one more card, please? Thank you. And we have the Emperor. So the Emperor in reverse is telling me that you need to, how do I want to say this? You're not necessarily feeling, basically, you need to soften up a little bit. Some people are going to need to soften up a little bit and use their instincts in order to move forward. So I'm going to use the word compromise here, but you do have the strength in order to do it. And again, the Strength card comes with healings and blessings. But yeah, this could be also somebody moving away from someone who has kind of been like a stick in the mud. Now, this is the major arcana sign for Aries, so I just need to put that out there for people. But at the end of the day, it does look like you're going to be moving out of troubled waters. There is a definite healing and a blessing that's coming on, and you definitely have the strength to do it if you are in a relationship and you need to move past it, okay? Is there anything else? Anything else? Anything else with the High Priestess and the Emperor? Thank you. The Ace of Pentacles. This change that's going to happen for you that is definitely already happening with the Six of Swords, it will bring a source of new stability. So that's the Ace of Pentacles. So that is exactly what's going on in your future, okay? Now, I'm going to take a moment here, and I'm actually going to read the passage here from the Paradigm Shift, card number 4 in the Lightworkers Oracle deck. Okay. So you're undergoing a radical growth within your belief systems, and now is the time to challenge old attitudes and question previous expectations. You are in an extraordinary time. Great leaps forward can be made in a moment. The world you thought you knew can suddenly break open, and a new world can become your reality. Hello. Okay. I'm just going to try to skim through this because I will snap the photo of this page and these passages. rather than trying to do this. But I think here's what I'm being highlighted is that you will find yourself shedding old limits, fears, and misconceptions. You are stepping beyond what you have already known, okay? So there is a invocation also here on the second page, but you are being encouraged by the universe to embrace the power you have to be a free thinker and accept the accelerated mental shift happening for you, even if it creates temporary uncertainty or discomfort. Dare to think of thoughts of love rather than lower your vibration by choosing thoughts of fear. Trust for something helpful and empowering is happening in your soul, and it will, and it is, okay? So I will snap the end of the pages for that. Okay, so Gemini, this is actually not bad information. This is just, like most of us, we're all going through a period of change right now. So make sure that you call on Archangel Michael to help you cancel, clear, and delete any old past thoughts that have been keeping you like down in vibration. Any past negative thinking, because as a human magnet, whatever you think about, you're drawing into yourself. So if you can switch that up a little bit and try to put some positive stuff in there, positive spin, then that will be supportive for you. Call on Archangel Haniel to work with you on your willpower, okay? For those of you that are considering having to make a change in your relationship, I give you all the blessings that you can possibly get, because we've all been there, we've all done that. But you are being asked specifically to call on your guides and your spirits, angels, and your angelic team. And if you're not someone that does prayer or meditation, just know that you can just write it out. Dear angels, this is what I need for my future. Please help me. And then you will start seeing those synchronicities, and you will start to see other things line up for you. Okay, Gemini, that is what I have for you. I hope this finds you well. I hope that you received the information that you needed to get. If this was helpful for you, I ask for you to give me a like. Consider sharing it and subscribing it. Also, make sure that you take a look at your other signage to make sure that you can get a full picture between your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, assuming obviously that not everyone is a sun, moon, and rising for Gemini here. I am available for personal, so all that information will be in the description box below. Thank you very much, Gemini. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.